All right, good evening, folks. Just kind of figuring some stuff out there. Anyways, some people wanted me to do a broadcast here just to kind of update on this whole snow situation here. So, got some questions from some of my Snapchat people. We'll get to those in a second, but first, I want to give you just a general rundown of what's happening here right now. So, as you can see, this is the radar here right now. We'll kind of zoom in. This is the snow here right now. So, anyways, what's happening here is that some of the snow over parts of Sauk County near Madison here, a lot of this isn't reaching the ground yet because the air mass is still kind of dry. It needs to saturate a little bit here. So we're dealing with the snow trying to overcome some drier air. Now, this snow southwest of Madison is reaching the ground and it is already beginning to accumulate in some of these areas. And that trend is going to continue throughout much of the overnight hours here. Again, so you can see these are the heavier bands here, but as we zoom out, well, I'll have to switch radars here to kind of show you what is all happening there. But as you can see right now across our area is still fairly quiet here. A lot of the snow here in the parts of Walworth County, we're seeing Kenosha not reaching the ground yet, but southwest Walworth County, this band here is starting to actually snow. So what we're seeing here is that snow trying to overcome some of that dry air, and it will take some time to do that. So anyways, we'll give you a whole rundown here right now of what's happening. So this snow down here, this will kind of creep its way to the north here over the next couple of hours. I'd say by about 10 o'clock, it'll be in Milwaukee, Waukesha, and then by about midnight, it'll be across the entire area as well. And this is really when we'll see the heaviest snow here right now. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of my computer models here if I can. That's not what I wanted to show you. So this is the short-term model that I want to show you. Anyways, I'm going to turn on the precipitation here. I'll show you the different colors here. So this is kind of the snow. This one's not loaded yet, so we'll go to this one here. All right, so this is the snow here. This is valid for 8 o'clock tonight. You can see it's kind of just starting to come in here. By about 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, kind of creeps into much of the area here. That's the heavier band over Iowa here. This is that heavier stuff. Where does that band set up? That is really the question mark we're looking at here right now. And where this goes, this will be a narrow band, maybe 20 miles wide. This could be a foot of snow. But right now, it looks like it'll set up just to the south of the border towards Rockford and those areas here. But our southern counties could maybe get clipped by it here a little bit. And that really is the big question mark here. So as we go ahead here, here's midnight now. You can see the snow really kind of doing its thing here and overspreading the area. Here's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You're noticing where that band kind of sets up. It's over northern Illinois, and that's where they're going to see the heaviest snow totals out of this. Our area is still seeing some good snow as well here right now, and we may get some snow rates up to 1 inch per hour at times, especially overnight, between midnight and about 6 or 7 in the morning. That's where we're going to see the worst of this. Here's 4, kind of 5 a.m. here right now, 6. You can see it's still coming down in many areas. 7 a.m. may have some lake effect here. We'll see. This one's not picking up too much on that. It's not too bullish on that. We'll see what happens with that. But it could add to the totals here along the lake shore. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So as we go 8, 9, 10, it kind of goes off. Oh, and there's the lake effect right there. We'll have to see how far this comes. These are these bands we're watching. This could potentially add to the totals here a little bit, especially near the lakeshore areas. But as we go past noon, 1 o'clock, this model only goes out 18 hours. And the snow, we kind of get a break, it looks like. But I'm going to go to another model here and kind of show you what could also happen later in the day. So here's that snow again. You can see those heavier bands over our area overnight. This is when we pick up our 2 to 4, maybe 5 inches of snow. And it kind of continues here, and then it kind of moves out. So, and this is a new model too, it looks like. So we'll go back to the old one here, give you the full thing finally. And yeah, so here's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. But you notice we have those isolated lake bands that continue into the afternoon, and then it kind of goes on out of here. I think the snow will really end for the most part by probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon for our southeast areas, and maybe by as early as 11 o'clock noontime for areas like Fond du Lac and Beaver Dam. So that's kind of the rundown of that right now. If we can, we're going to show you the timing I will pull that up here, and just give me 2 seconds to do that. Here we go. So here's the timeline. 8 p.m. from now, I'm recording this. It's just after 8 o'clock right now as I record this. Snow's picking up. It's really not even snowing yet. I should really adjust that there, but it looks like less than an inch, especially areas south. Between 12 and 7, this is the time here where we really pick up all the snow. 2 to 4 inches to the south, 1 to 2 to the north. I'll show you the snow map here in just a second. I've already got it queued up. But yeah, that 2 to 4 inches would really be basically, most of our area. I'd say pretty much Milwaukee, Waukesha, Jefferson counties into the south. Areas north will probably see somewhere in the 1 to 2, maybe 3-inch range there. So that's where I'm getting that 1 to 2 from. And then that 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. there, I mean, that 7 p.m. is really kind of long now. I mean, this was earlier today I made this. Looks like it'll end a little bit sooner, but an additional 2 to 4 is likely in the south, especially where that band sets up. That's where we'll see the highest totals. 1 to 2 to the north, I think that's going to be very early in the day, probably between about 7 a.m. and noon. That's when we'll see that. So again, that's areas north. So the storm totals, we're looking at probably 2 to 4 inches generally to the north, 4 to 8 to the south. So let's get to the map here right now. And here we go. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, here you can see there's the 1 to 2 inches. This is for Fond du Lac, Sheboygan counties here. 2 to 4, we got Dodge, Washington, Ozaukee. Then you get into that 4 to 6 inch area there. You can see this is covering much of the Milwaukee metro. Again, I don't think we're going to really see much in the way of school closings. We'll get to that in a minute here for these areas. But we are already seeing all the schools. Walworth County, most of the schools there are already closing for tomorrow. So again, that's where we'll see those really heavy totals, and that's why we're seeing all the schools closed down there. Same thing with Racine and Kenosha County, starting to get some closings in there as well. But we'll have to see. I mean, areas like Milwaukee could possibly get into that 6 to 8 if they get the lake effect. So I may adjust that, I may not. Just wait maybe another run of the models and see what happens with that. I guess I'm not going to just jump on that right away. But yeah, this is really the general idea of what I'm expecting from this storm in general. So if I can, I'm going to go ahead really quick, show you the warnings and advisories here. So here's where we're at. We've got the, here we go. This works great. All right, so we got the winter storm warning for Waukesha, Milwaukee, Walworth, Racine, Kenosha. This is where we see the 6 inches plus. Waukesha and Milwaukee, I'm not sure. I mean, I would not be surprised if this got downgraded here to an advisory here tonight yet, because again, I really think it's going to be under 6 inches for these guys. I'm thinking like a general 4 to 5, maybe 6. So that's more of a winter weather advisory here. And this is where they're going to see the lighter amounts. Fond du Lac, Sheboygan are not in it at all because they're not getting much snow at all, an inch or 2. But Dodge, Washington, Ozaukee, and Jefferson will see anywhere from 3 to maybe 5 inches. So that's where we got the advisory in place. Then we got the warning here. Walworth, Racine, Kenosha counties, I think you'll be within that 6 to 8 inch range. If that band, I mean, that band's going to be crucial. If that band goes 10, 20 miles north, you're going to see the higher totals out of that. But that all depends where that sets up. I mean, a little shift means everything in the track. So again, we're just going to kind of wait and see where it kind of pans out on that. So that's that. All right, so we're going to kind of go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and start taking some of these questions here. So chances of a snow day. I mean, for us, very slim. I'd probably say like 10, maybe 15% chance of a snow day. It's very slim pickings. We're not going to get enough snow. It's going to be 4 to 5 inches, but it is going to be a mess in the morning, all right? So just be prepared. It's going to be a mess. Roads are going to be snow covered. You know how wonderful a job they do at salting around here, and by wonderful, I mean they absolutely suck at salting. So again, you get that slush, you just slide around all over that. You go, spinning around doing donuts on that. That's probably what we're going to see tomorrow morning. So you're going to want to allow extra time. Again, that snow is going to be coming down. We may have rates up to 1 inch per hour at times, and that can create very low visibilities, even whiteout conditions at times. So again, you will want to allow a lot of time. It's going to be very slow going. You want to take your time tomorrow. You do not want to drive fast because you will slide and you will probably end up in a ditch. and I'm not going to feel sorry for you. So make sure you take your time. And again, leave plenty of distance. General rules apply here. All that. So getting to the weekend, I mean, I kind of want to move forward too. I'm sick of the snow. Um, Roads this weekend overall looking okay. I mean, we do have a slight chance on Saturday. There could be a little bit of snow down in our southern counties on Saturday. That doesn't look to be a big deal at this point. And the weather overall, I mean, it's going to be, fairly cold, around 20 degrees much of the weekend. We got that light snow chance on Saturday. But otherwise, not a whole lot. And then I got to ask, how much snow are we supposed to get in Colgate? Well, right now, I'd probably put you around 4 to 6. You're probably going to be on the lower end of that. Probably more like 4, maybe 5 inches there. Probably closer to 4, I think. I mean, it's going to be a sharp gradient. I mean, a shift of 20 miles. Let's say the storm were to go 20 miles north. This would nudge the heavy snow band into our southern counties, and the amounts would also go way up for us. We'd be looking at the 6 to 9 inches. That 6 to 9 would come up, and we'd be probably seeing something closer to maybe 10 to maybe 12 inches in our southern counties. So we're actually kind of dodging a bullet with this storm. And we basically see the amounts go up. Now, if it goes south, it would be vice versa, where we would only see probably maybe 2 or 3 inches here, and our southern counties would end up getting like 4 to 5. So again, we're just going to have to wait and see. This track, I mean, even a shift of 20 miles can mean all the difference here. So that's really kind of the situation we're dealing with tonight. I mean, and in terms of other schools, Walworth County has pretty much called off their school for tomorrow because they're going to be seeing the higher amounts of the snow coming in, and they're going to be dealing with it most of the day. Again, so really the worst of it, I mean, I have to emphasize my couple points here. I answered, I think, most of the questions here. I answered that. What's it all doing and all that. Yeah, so basically the worst of the timing is going to be between about midnight and about 7. So again, that's going to be the worst for everybody. So again, we're going to have school. Count on it. We're going to have school. All right, I've answered a ton of questions on that today. We're going to have school, unless something changes. If that band does move north, if we end up getting maybe 6 inches by morning, that could change. But if everything stays as forecast, we will have school. If it shifts, if it goes further north, we get into that heavier snow, we might not have school. But right now, I'm betting on it. That's the thought on that right now on terms of that. Roads are going to be absolutely just shit tomorrow morning. It's going to be crappy. You got to allow a lot of extra time. You mean, you don't want to wreck your car in this stuff. It's not worth it. I mean, I hate doing that. I don't want to shell out a whole bunch of money on that. It's worth taking the extra time to save the money. So that's my point there. I think I touched on everything else there. Otherwise, yeah, I think we're good. But overall, when we see the snow here, I think that's the last thing I got to touch on here is we'll probably see it in Sussex here by probably about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So it's going to take some time. Like I said, we're fighting a lot of the dry air in place right now. So once we saturate things a little bit, the snow will start to reach the ground. But right now, we're not expecting anything big until then. So I mean, if you're traveling for the next few hours, you're probably going to be okay. The worst of it really comes after midnight. Right now, this is fairly light, and it's going to pick up. But you can see already starting to get some of these heavier bands already developing across Iowa County, Dane County, Greene County, west of Madison here. These will scoot their way in over the next couple of hours. So again, we will see the snow pick up. The roads are going to become nasty for the morning commute tomorrow. It's going to be very slow. That's basically what I'm saying. Expect to have school, allow time, get up earlier, do what you got to do. That's basically what I'm saying here. My whole message here tonight. Anyways, if you have any more questions, feel free to snap me anytime. I will answer them. Otherwise, yeah, I will probably see you all at school tomorrow. So anyways, until then, I say good night and enjoy the weather, or at least try to enjoy it.